Like, I get those anxious feelings because I know they're not going to text me and make plans.
Oh.
Hi, it's Nicole.
And this is Sultana, aka Queen.
And you are watching Makeup,
Breakups,
and Martinis.
Cheers, you guys.
Cheers.
Woo! Don't go. So, as you all can see, I changed my hair. Woo! Did something a little bit different.
I like it.
You do?
Yeah, I love it.
So I did it myself, and it took a lot of time. It took 20 hours. But that's with breaks, and when you do your own hair, takes forever. But I mean, I'm welcoming any sponsorships because I know my last hairdo, I don't know why y'all didn't tell me, but my hair was a mess. So any sponsorships?
It looked fine.
It looked fine?
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're our biggest critics. But if anybody wants to sponsor my next look, my next hairdo, or just let me know, like leave it in the comments, like, hey, yes, you like the new look, or no, switch it up, let me know. All right.
I feel like I need to ask for a sponsor too.
I know, right? We are sponsoring our next looks. We would tag you if you do sponsor
I was
us.
thinking of vacation. Anybody want to sponsor my next vacation? Cash at me. So today's episode is situationships.
Yes. And well, we don't have a mixer question, but we kind of we don't have a mixer question.
But I did come across this, and it was like, how do you know if you're in a situationship? And the first one is you make short-term or last-minute plans.
Oh, yeah. Short. Okay. But that one is kind of iffy because if it's brand new, then you do kind of make short-term plans.
The last-minute plans I get.
Okay.
I've gotten that a lot. Like, hey, you want to go out for dinner now? And it's like, well, I got plans. You need to let me know.
Yeah, and I think that's really with the whole Tinder popcorn age of dating, where it's just here and now. Luther Vandross. Here and okay, I'm not gonna do it. But yeah, but I don't know I don't know. When do you consider it a situationship? Maybe if it's like all the time or extended, then it turns into like a.
Well, the next one says inconsistent, and I would feel like that's when you would
tell.
Know. Yeah. Like if it's inconsistent last minute plans, then
you're definitely
it's a situationship.
Yeah.
Like their plans got canceled, they got nothing to do.
Yeah, I think that really is like an indicator of a situationship when someone isn't consistently reaching out, they're not contacting you, which, hey, I've been there, I know what it is. So, yeah.
I think that's just so disrespectful.
What part?
Making last minute plans. Like, I get it if it happens like
once,
yeah. Like, I get it. I'm spontaneous. You can hit me up with a last minute plan, but if you are consistently hitting me up with last minute plans, then you're being disrespectful.
And the problem is in the beginning you start to think like, oh, that's like he's just so spontaneous.
I love this.
He just wants to go out right now. And then after a while you're like, okay. I haven't heard from you for like 6 days.
I gotta do my hair.
But yeah, that is a good sign of a situationship if it's consistently inconsistent and last minute. Yeah, then it's like I was the last thing on your list.
The third one is they always have the same vague excuses. I don't know about that one. I don't get a lot of excuses. I pretty much get no excuses.
The vague excuses. Well, yeah, they don't really explain themselves.
No.
I was going to say, do they?
I feel like I have to make an excuse.
Or if they're asked, like, what happened? Oh, I'm so sorry. I was at work. Or, oh, I'm so sorry. They wouldn't even say I'm at work. They just.
And I don't think they would say I'm sorry. I was like, man, she gets sorry?
You're so funny.
You're really nice. I don't get an excuse or sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I think if they, I don't think they make any excuse. They just pop up. I had this meme. It was like, hey, my phone died. I know it's been 2 months, but my phone died. What you doing tonight? And it's like, really? 2 months? Okay. But yeah.
The fourth one is you mostly small or dirty talk.
That's definitely a situationship. in the making.
Yeah. Well, so I was telling you earlier that I matched with the guy. This was like a long time ago, and it was like off a dating site. And he was like, "Hey, let's play a fun, dirty game." And this was like on day one, so it was like we didn't really.
I don't know
We just
you.
skipped. Like, where do you work?
Right,
What do you
what do
like
you
to do for
do?
fun?
Yeah.
It's let's play a dirty game. And then so I think the question was like, what actress do I find sexy? And I don't know if it
Did
was
you
like
answer it?
so I told him, I said, well, what male actor do you find sexy? Like, if I'm gonna play, you're gonna
Right, you
play
gonna play
too.
too.
We can play together. So so yeah. I think it was like a week or maybe a couple days. I don't know. He must be talking to a lot of girls. So he texts me the same. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing? Let's play a fun, dirty game." And asked me the same question.
And you were like,
I was like,
did
"We
this
already played this game." And I was like, "Wow, you must do this to a lot of girls."
Was it on
So
Tinder? Did you meet him on Tinder?
I feel like
It
it
was
was
like one of those Tinder.
Bumble.
I
It
don't
was
want to do any
yeah.
endorsements for any site, but it was one of the
Yeah. It was
yeah. That reminds me of the movie where the guy calls the girl and leaves a message.
Oh,
He's just not that
I
into
into you.
you. We
Yes,
did an
Drew
episode
Barrymore.
called "He's Just Not That Into You," and I love
Yeah.
that movie. But that's what it reminds me of, where he like leaves her voicemail. She's waiting for his voicemail for like
Yeah.
days, and then he leaves her this voicemail. Like, I don't know if he said her name. Like,
Yeah, he sings a song and then he says her name. And then
he thinks he hangs up. Or something.
well, he calls. He's supposed to call the next girl, but he calls Drew Barrymore again.
And
then when he says her name, he's like he realized
it's the wrong person.
he called the same
That's
person.
what it sounds like. Yeah. He was like, "Oh shoot, I saw all this before." So I think some of these guys really just copy and paste some of their responses. But
And then there's sometimes like, well, like people they'll talk like when you're talking to a person, and then they want to talk about cuddling. And I'm a big cuddler, but I got to get to know you. How do you
I don't
just
like
jump?
cuddling.
And all right.
Okay,
Well, yeah.
but anyway.
So
But yeah.
it's a small
was
dirty
like-
talk. I've been in a lot of situationships.
So
when it's
you're
number
saying when
4.
they first start talking, they're talking about cuddling?
Yes.
It's too intimate.
Like I'm already in your bed.
yeah,
We
right.
haven't even met.
Yeah. Too intimate.
But
Well.
all right. Number 5, you don't talk about a future. I don't get very far to talk about future. So
There's no future. That, I think, with everything else, yes. But alone, you can't really say that right away. Like, why would I talk about a future when we're just getting to know each other? That would scare some people off. Ex-commitment phobe. Hey, I would be scared off if you're talking about a future, which happens to me quite a bit. Nicole knows. Like, I get people right away that are like, "You're my wife." I'm like, wait, hold on. I just met you on Instagram. I don't understand how we're already married.
Yeah, you do.
Right?
Yeah.
But
She's wifey material all over.
I guess people can see it. But alone, I don't think it can be considered a situationship. Coupled with everything else, if you're not talking about a future, then yeah, you're in a situationship vibe.
Yeah,
Right?
I don't know when do you start talking about a future. Or like just making future plans.
If you decide that you want to be in a relationship and say, "Hey, I think we should make this exclusive," right?
Yeah, but some people can talk about a future before they get into a relationship just to make sure like your goals match up and
Okay.
like you guys have
The same core values.
right.
Yeah, that's true.
Number 6, they tell you that they don't want to get serious.
Well, that's an obvious sign. If someone says that, run. I mean, yeah.
I haven't been there.
Yeah. Was that 6?
6, yes. All right, number 7, they show that they don't want to get too serious. They show you that they don't want to. Wait, is that the
I'm
same
like,
one?
is that this?
Yeah, it's 6 and 7.
It's a sign. It's a definite
They really
sign.
don't want to get serious.
They really don't want to get serious.
Number 8, you're frequently anxious.
Oh,
So I've been here a lot.
yeah.
Yeah, because if I really like somebody, And then I'm always anxious, like, are they gonna text me? Are they gonna
But that's
call
not a bad
me?
anxiety. That's like I have, that's like butterflies. Is that butterflies? I don't know. I haven't had feelings in a while. I mean, I do have feelings now, but
I mean, yeah, it's like when they text you, it's butterflies, but I feel like I get those anxious feelings because I know they're not gonna text me and make plans. Does
oh,
that
oh, so you're anxious because which happens to me
that they're
like
gonna be inconsistent
right, and you're like, dang, are they gonna call
and make
me?
small talk and talk about no future and
Or you're starting to make excuses for them, like, well, maybe he is busy and maybe he couldn't call me because there is a reason and he has his kids this week or something like,
yeah.
so that kind of anxiety of he's not being consistent and you don't know if he's really into you.
Yeah, and I think like me and my same dating patterns, it's just like I know it's gonna happen. I don't know if I'm picking inconsistent people, but I get those anxious feelings like you are in the same routine.
Yeah.
So it's nice when I meet somebody and then they're consistent
Yeah.
and they prove you
Have
wrong.
you met that? I haven't met anybody.
Um, it's been a long time. It's been a long time. And the last one, 9, you're getting bored.
You're getting bored? Is that a situationship? I don't know if I've ever gotten bored. Maybe it's the guy or the person who knows the situationship. They get bored and then
I've gotten bored, and I know I said this on a previous podcast episode, but so I got bored, and then I started looking at other guys, and I saw one that was really attractive, and so I dumped my ex for
oh, well,
the.
that was high school.
So
That
yeah,
was different. That's different.
yeah, but that's what happens when a person gets bored. It's like
I'm done, and you're gonna look for
you
something
just,
else.
yeah, you're.
Checking
I
out
shouldn't be looking at other people or wanting.
other people.
Yeah. I mean, if I was really content.
I don't know. I think that happens. It's human nature. I don't know. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate because I think as humans, even like if you're in a serious relationship, sometimes you can get bored and then that turns into a conversation of, hey, we need to spice things up. So
Yeah.
it doesn't
Yeah,
necessarily make
yeah.
it
I
like
think
wrong.
long-term relationships,
You need to really
if you're not I mean, if you're stuck doing the same routine, then yes, you can
but
get bored.
most people do that.
They
Like
do.
once you start to get into a habit.
They do.
So I don't know about that one. That one is like,
Iffy,
yeah. But I mean, it's
possible.
most of them were accurate for sure. Definitely accurate. Um, so I pulled up some situationships, and I actually got some input on situationships, and
All
so we
right.
want to kind of discuss them
Mhm.
and see. I mean, have you been there? Kind of like discuss the whole thing of you know if it's a situationship or not.
Okay.
All right, so
Scenario number 1.
scenario number one, I actually put this up one online. Um, so someone wrote in and they had an issue. Give me a second. It's like a little bit it's a bit of a long, like it's not long, it's situationship. I gotta find this one.
In your photos?
Well, okay, so here's the thing too. This is my phone. Every time I go and like have to get my phone change, it takes like 2 or 3 hours to change my photos because I never delete any of my pictures. Do you delete your pictures?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah.
Are you serious? I have over I can't even say. I have like probably 2,000 pictures, but there's no limit. So how am I supposed to know, when to start deleting pictures? So I have a lot of stuff on my phone.
Just random stuff. I'm
Random
going through
stuff.
her phone right
I know
now.
I have a lot of stuff from like 2016. I don't even know if I'm gonna find this topic today because I have so many screenshots and things that are unnecessary. Okay, I found it. Woo! Woo! Okay. We got lucky. All right. All right. So this person wrote in and it was a girl. And it says, um, I'm not sure how this works, but I have a question I would like some feedback on from your followers. And it says, I recently met this guy online on a dating site and we had great chemistry on the phone and in person. However, he says he wants to be friends first and see where things go, which is perfectly fine with me. However, he wants to go away for a weekend, which I said no to because I don't have sex with my friends. He has since stopped talking to me. Was I wrong? So he invited her on a weekend away,
Hmm.
and she was like, I don't have sex with my friends. So
So she didn't ask him like if she was gonna have her own room, or she just immediately like cut it off without asking
I
questions.
guess that's a good question. Like, am I going to have my own room? I
Am I
mean,
paying? Are you paying?
right? I mean, if he's paying, is he going to pay for two rooms?
Or she can pay for her own room.
Yeah. So my thing was, I felt like, I don't know, I felt like she kind of cut it off prematurely because she didn't really ask him. Or I mean, if a guy invites you out or away on a vacation, do you feel like the whole sex thing is kind of automatic? Heavy sigh.
And it's just him and I.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah,
You think
I
it's like
think
a
so.
kind of given?
And I don't think it's like, I think it's just gonna be one of those situationships where like you're out at the bar and you're in bikinis, like if you're in an island
Right. So just
and
a
you're
mood is,
drinking
yeah,
and getting all hot, I don't know, and steamy, and then one thing leads to
can lead
another
to another.
and you're in a
Bam.
situationship with your friend.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the question where I think it was unanswered. She could have asked more questions of like, well, do you feel like do you feel like we're gonna have sex, or do you understand that I'm not?
It doesn't even sound like they're close enough where she could even have that conversation with him.
So you feel like she should have cut him off?
Uh, I feel like she should ask questions first before cutting him off, but if she didn't, it doesn't sound like they're close enough that she
They
had
shouldn't have been
that.
taking a trip together. Is
They
that?
shouldn't.
I mean, I don't know. I'm asking that question. Do you feel like they were too like when is it okay to take a trip with somebody?
I don't know. People take trips like the first week they know each other now.
Okay, so if you took a trip the first week you met somebody, if somebody, oh my God, this actually happened. I had a flashback, but I'm not gonna go there. Woo, I'm back. All right.
Oh, that sounds like a situationship.
No, that was
Hell.
actually a relationship, but it really turned into a relationship. But
I think that was his plan too.
what?
Turning a situationship maybe to a relationship.
But it wasn't a situationship at that point.
Oh
I
wait,
don't
are you
feel like
talking about? I'm talking
no, no,
about.
yeah, for them, I feel like he said he just wants to be friends. Is that
Okay.
situationship ish? Well, okay, that might be situationship ish because he didn't want to commit to her in a relationship. So maybe he didn't want anything seriously. But if someone invites you on a trip and say, "Hey, like, listen, I got these two tickets to the Bahamas. I want to take you." Is it a no or
I mean, I would have if would have probably just paid for like my own room or something.
okay?
If I got a free ticket to the Bahamas and we're
Then you would.
friends, and but I didn't want to cross that line, I'd probably just like, all right, well, where are we staying? Because I'm gonna go buy my room now.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, so I mean, I feel like I don't know if she did the wrong thing, but at the same time, she didn't really ask a lot of questions. And for her to cut him off,
Like she jumped to conclusions.
Yeah, like
Maybe she
maybe
read the same article that I just read, and she
and it
was
was
like,
like he
check,
was
check, check. This is
he's vague.
situationship.
So yeah. All right. Yeah, but I felt like maybe there was more that she could have done. Maybe taking the free vacation. I mean, I'm just kidding. But yeah. All right. So the next one is I titled this I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she
She's so proud that she titled.
I know. I didn't even do
She
it with
wanted
the
to
right
make that
swag. I didn't even do it with the right swag. I don't even know how to
So
do
try
it.
it again.
It's not gonna work. I swear I can't do it. But so this came up in a conversation that I was having with my sister and my cousin. And she was saying, when do you I guess it was like, when do you consider yourself a gold digger or
Maybe when you ask that question. But
what
go
do you mean?
ahead.
Wait, what?
Maybe if you have to ask that
Then
question,
you
then
are
maybe you're
you're like, damn,
borderline.
am I? But she was I'm trying to remember the concept or the point of the conversation, and it was more so um like women should have like a standard for themselves and they should, want more. And I really felt like I mean it was like for me it was personal because I was like, you know what? I often do this. I often y'all don't judge me, but like I will set the bar really low because I don't want to consider myself a gold digger. And it's like I don't want you for your money or anything. So then it's like, am I just setting my standards too low? Or so when does it when are you considered a gold digger? I don't know if that made sense in the
Oh,
rambling that I kind of just made, but like the bar of gold digger versus like standard.
I mean, I feel like if you're always expecting stuff and everything has to be like to a
That's
higher
just
standard, then yeah.
yeah.
I remember like I went on a date and this guy, he was telling me he's like that he go normally, I guess the last 2 dates he was on, that he went to this really expensive restaurant and he paid $200. And I was like, "Wow, you paid $200 on the first date for these girls?" I felt like I need I was going on these coffee dates. Like, I don't
Just
understand.
to get to know, because we're trying to be humble.
Wow.
And so I watched this random thing that scrolled on my Instagram, and it was a guy. He was making an analogy of like a back seat. I don't know. I'm messing it up, but it was kind of like she was having sex in the back seat, and then she was like, "Oh, well, I want you to take me to a hotel," and he's like, "Why would I take you to a hotel when you've already kind of been in my back seat?" And
Wow.
he's like, well, you set the standard on how guys will treat you from the beginning. And so if you accept less, then that's how they're going to treat you, and they're not going to treat you above that. And that was like very like impactful for me because I'm setting my bar lower in an attempt to be like not, I don't know, gold digger-ish, but it's really setting the standard on how guys would treat you. So I'm like, oh well, we can go anywhere, it doesn't matter. um and then that's really just kind of like setting your standards too low. But like you said, I guess it's like if you're always asking for that level,
I mean,
I think you should always ask for that level, right?
well, I think
If
there's
you're
like
worth
I
it.
think there's like a
Isn't
medium.
okay, a happy medium.
Yeah. Like, so what do you consider like a low date?
Ugh, girl, don't put me out of here in this. In these
Well,
I
I mean, like, is coffee considered a low date?
I don't think coffee is a low date. I think coffee is two people are trying to get to know each other. But at the same time, I'm the wrong person to ask because a lot of these girls are like, I'm not even settling for coffee. Like, you need to pull out the whole nine, like, like everything, just dress to the nines and spend it. But at the same time, I'm settling, like, listen, I'll pay half. Don't kill me. I do that though because it's like I'm I'm so empathetic, which is terrible. So I'm to the point where it's like I don't feel like you should have to bear the full cost of us trying to get to know each other. So I will, which is not okay. Do not do not pay for your dates. But that's where my mindset was. And now I'm looking at it like, wow, I'm setting the bar so low that a guy's like, I don't even have to pay for you to. I'm not giving him the
She's taking me
opportunity.
out.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not
So
giving
is he a gold digger?
snaps.
No, I feel like I will never do that. Well,
What,
no, no,
pay
no,
for
no,
a
no.
date?
No, I have done that. I mean, I've been on dates where I felt like it cost a lot just to meet. So if he's paid for dinner or something and we want to keep having drinks, then I'll say,
I'll
"Hey, I'll
come
buy
and
the
pitch
drinks."
in.
Like,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like where that medium is. Or um, if he buys the dinner or drinks for the first night, then and I
The
really
next
like
one.
him, and I'll say, "Hey, next one's on me."
Okay.
So for sure, I get it. Well, not for sure, but hopefully, I get a next date, and he knows I'm not looking for his
You
money.
know what I do? This is bad, Lord. This is bad. If I'm really not into a guy, I'll probably pay just so that he doesn't feel like I'm like, you know what? Don't worry about it. Don't.
I
I'm
haven't.
not
All
gonna
right.
call you.
So
Don't. I'll take my check.
all right.
Is that
I
bad?
met people that I know right away. It was like, oh,
Don't even.
this
Yeah.
isn't gonna
Don't
go
waste your
anywhere.
money. I got
But
it.
so I won't order. I won't order like dinner. I'll order a drink,
And you pay for that.
and he pays for it, and I don't
Oh, that's a good
I don't
medium.
feel bad.
Yeah, because it's
It's like,
I'm not eating. We're not staying long.
yeah.
This won't be long. Water.
Nah,
I just need water with lime.
No, I'll order a drink.
For wasting my
But
time.
I might order one drink. So.
All right. Well, that's a good way to play it out. But consistently being overly demanding is when you consider.
But I think like there's some girls who like if they're a gold digger, then they want somebody that
a support.
They're might looking for like that he has to have a nice car and a nice house, and it's like everything has to be at a higher standard.
That's true. That's true. So paying for dinner is not too much.
No.
You're like, bitch, let's talk about this. No,
please,
you're right.
Yeah, please don't tell your kids that you
paid
for.
I know they're gonna watch this episode. Listen,
No, like when you meet the one, like I paid for
our date.
Your dad.
Well, if I like the person, then maybe
pay for the second one, not the first one.
I have a bad habit. It's the independent woman thing. I just can't help it. It's like I can pay for my own shit. Just can't help it. But no, I think that was a good discussion of like, when is she being considered a gold digger versus standards? When is it a standard, or is it really like you're looking for my money, or you?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we all should have standards,
right?
Like, don't go for the back seat.
Oh no. I mean, not that I haven't. Anyways, next topic. All right.
Please don't say you're doing back seats and you're paying for
I'm 30. My knees.
No, I know you're not.
I'm old.
We're really in trouble if you're doing back seats and paying
for the dates. No. I'm good. All right. So this was inspired by a movie. And so it is a situationship. If you find yourself in a situationship and it's based on a movie, let's say that you're in a relationship and you're and your husband, so it's not your boyfriend, it's your husband, and you guys have fallen on hard times, and then you have a friend who wants to pay or help you with your hard times. Air quotes for the people that are watching on YouTube and the people that are listening. They'll air quotes. A friend who wants to pay for.
They want to pay for.
I don't know. Help you out of your hard times.
All right. So.
Do you know the movie?
Yeah, I said the movie.
I know. We talked about this offline.
So the movie's Indecent Proposal, and I hope I don't mess this up. I saw this
it's
like
so long ago
in the 90s, probably one time, but with Demi Moore, I forget the actor's name.
Yeah.
but it's this couple, and they got married, or they're getting married, and then this guy who's really wealthy, they meet, and he wants to like take Demi Moore and have her for one night, and he's gonna give them like a large amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
So what I believe happens at the end, spoiler alert, maybe
It's
not.
an old movie. If you haven't seen it since
Then watch
1996,
it.
yeah,
It's a great movie. So I think what happens is that the guy, the husband, realized that, man, I just gave up my wife for some
Mm-hmm.
money. I did the wrong thing. Um, and then he tries to like take her back before she sleeps with some random.
Did she
Uh,
sleep with him? I don't
I don't
remember.
remember.
I can't remember.
Please comment below and let us know, or we'll just watch it.
I know.
I want to watch it now.
That happened in You, like one of the last episodes. You remember You, the Netflix
Spoiler
special?
alert. Go ahead.
Well, that's not like a major scene in You, though. The show You on Netflix. You remember when the brother was asking like the married couple, and he's like, "I will give you $10,000 if I can
Oh
kiss your
yeah,
wife,"
yeah.
and
Yeah.
her husband was like, "Well, go ahead, baby, go."
Yeah, and then see, like, it kind of,
Well, of course, that was their wedding day. That would mess
yeah.
it up. So
And he knew, like, it was gonna mess up their relationship.
yeah, the
So
guy
he did
Joe
it.
was
Right.
the guy 40
Yeah.
or yeah,
Hmm.
character. Um yeah, I think it just when you allow other people into your relationship, it muddies the water.
There's some couples who might be for it. They might be like, "Hey, I'll take one for the team.
A lot of
I'm
new
gonna
couples are into taking one for the team, and they
switching partners." And
and I think I think that's commendable for some people who are that solid in their relationship, like where it's like, hey, I
this is
don't,
the plan
yeah, like I
on
know you're
one.
still mine. I have a problem. I don't know if it's a problem, but no, like don't, no.
Yeah, yeah. I would be really offended
I would be offended,
if
and
my husband said, "All right,
he found a,
I'll see you tomorrow."
yeah, he had a donor. It's like we're gonna have to thug this out together, or even just vice versa. Like I know I would feel guilty if I,
Traded your husband for some money.
yeah, or did something for some money because my husband couldn't. Like you open up a can of worms when you do that. So
Yeah.
don't get in those kind of situationships. I mean, some people can handle it. Kudos, y'all. I know I can't. But yeah,
Yeah. I'm trying to think like hard times. Like what would I have to be my to even like think about it?
yeah.
Well, no, but I'm just
I'm like,
saying.
oh,
No, no, I don't I could never do that, but I'm trying to think of like a
like a
time that was
a
really hard, and
person.
maybe I would be like, "You know what?
If this can
This
can
this might I
be.
can lose my dignity for one night, maybe." No.
No, it's okay. I mean, I think what's the saying? Everybody has a price.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I guess that is true. There might be a situation where you become desperate enough to say it's one night, it's one time. I just think that kind of situationship is very, because I remember even in the movie Indecent Proposal
Mhm.
where she did it and then afterwards he regretted it and there were so many questions in it messed up their entire relationship.
Yeah.
So it's like, can you really do this and not have any regrets? Like, can you live with the after effect of everything? So,
Yeah, that's the hard part.
yeah, you got to live with
Aftermath.
yourself after. So,
Mm.
all right. So, the next situationship. Okay. This happens because, all right, let me just go ahead and say what it is. Meeting a married man on Tinder, one of those sites, and then dating them.
So you know that you're dating a married man.
Not upfront.
Okay. So you know by conversation.
Right. So I'm okay. I'm gonna put myself out there. This has happened. I did not date him. What happened was I met him on Tinder, and then we were talking. Of course, he doesn't tell me that he's married, and then he sends me a picture, and in the picture, there's a picture of I think it was like a tampon box,
Oh, okay.
and I was like,
His monthly came in. He's on that monthly bull.
right, yeah. I was like, are you are you married? Because that's got to be married. I don't think your girlfriend. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, your girlfriend, I'm sure it can break. But I was just like, are you with somebody? And then he was like, well, we're separated, but we still live in the same place together. And I was like,
That's so crazy to me.
but it does happen. People get
Yeah, no, it
separated.
happens a lot. I mean, I just don't understand even explaining that situation. Like, I feel like you have to at least like move out or something. Like, if you're married and it's like, well, I'm married, but I'm getting divorced, but we don't
Hmm.
live together, like, everything is pretty much
Hmm.
separated. When you're living with somebody and you're trying to date,
Yeah. So I was like, so are you still married or not? And he took a long time to answer. And Nicole remembers this because I sent her the screenshots. I was like, you have 30 seconds to answer. And then I counted down and I was like, 30 seconds are up. And I blocked him on everything. But it was like, why are you trying to date somebody? You're married.
I
I mean, it was so early on that I don't care. Like, I don't care. But that happens a lot. Like, married men try to date or separated men, which is, I can you date somebody who's separated? Well, you've been in that shoes, so
yeah, like I dated, I wasn't divorced, we were separated. I wasn't living in the house, the same house.
when someone asks you about your relationship status and you explain that to them, do
Mhm.
they believe it or is it like I don't know.
I mean, everybody seemed fine with it.
Yeah, I think it might be different for guys versus girls. Like if you tell me you're separated, then I don't know. I don't know the extent of you actually being separated. Like I don't know
That's
how I
true.
don't even know how you prove that.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah,
Yeah, so
that's true. If it was a guy and he was saying he was separated,
you wouldn't believe it, but you've been there to where you know you were separated and it takes time. So do you feel like you're more willing to believe somebody if they said they were separated or no?
well, I have a friend and she dated somebody and he was separated. Um,
Okay.
um, but I think he was just like so upfront with her and honest and everything and like I don't know if he showed her paperwork, but like he had court dates coming up, so she knew like
It
it
was
was
serious.
right. It
So
was in the process.
so you could tell the difference when someone brings it up and says it's really over.
Yeah, I mean you can always ask those questions too, like, hey, so when's your next court date?
But if you don't know right up front, that's the problem. And that's where, and this was very early on, probably a day or two, but he sent me a picture and it was like,
So that's
I
probably
don't know.
another sketchy thing is that like he didn't tell you that up front. You found out through a picture.
Right. And
All
so,
right, so that makes it
like a little sketchy. I mean, I don't
that
know.
makes it
Maybe he
worse.
was waiting for the right time, which could be a whole nother conversation. When do you tell somebody that you're still, who knows? But yeah, delete and block. Block party. Have those a lot. Well, not anymore. I'm done. But yeah, so I think that's a situationship that you're like, stay away. All right, this one, this one I don't even want to read. It's kind of
You don't want to read it?
no. Go ahead, you do this one.
Which one is it?
This one,
Oh.
yeah. It doesn't make sense to anyone else.
Okay, and sorry. Your friend is away and a friend offers to satisfy an urge just to have oral sex. Would you do it? Yes or no?
We got to define away. What's away?
Oh, okay. Away, incarcerated.
Yeah,
All right.
for an extended period of time.
Okay. So, what's wrong with the toy?
Okay, well, that's what I thought too. Like, I think that's my sentiment. Like, the toys work.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think we agree.
I feel like the person had to know, like, well, there's toys, but if you, I don't know. So I have so many questions.
Okay, go ahead. Maybe we can try and answer them.
All right. So did you read this?
I'm not gonna put anybody out, but I know them personally. It's not me. It's not me.
All right.
Um,
So
so the situationship is they're married, but he is incarcerated for an extended period of time, and he has a friend, air quotes, that wants to, I guess, I don't know, satisfy an urge. That's the best way I can put it. And she is considering it. I think it's just wrong, but I don't know. I'm not in her shoes. I don't know.
yeah, I mean, it's definitely wrong. I would be terrified if my husband gets out and then somehow this guy tells
But
my
I
husband, like, hey, when you're away,
but I think
we played, I don't know.
I think people who are away, I don't know, but people who are away know if they're away for several years that
That's
maybe
something.
maybe that could be a conversation that they have to say, you know what, just do your mess and don't tell me about it. I don't
Do
know.
you have that conversation before you go or no?
Maybe. I mean,
Well,
they could call on the phone and
I didn't know if that was a question you asked.
well, yeah, I mean, that's I don't know. Maybe in the course of him being away, he realizes, you know what, you got your needs. Do what you got to do. I think
Maybe.
with permission, then maybe. Without permission, then
Yeah.
papoose it out like Remy Ma and papoose. I don't know if he cheat. I don't know if they had any kind of agreement, but you know, thug it out.
It doesn't sound like they have an agreement though.
No, that doesn't sound like an agreement. Um, but yeah,
I mean, all I could say is, I mean, did you ask about a toy? Not just
I did not ask too many questions. I really don't want to
you were
know.
like,
I just
okay.
thought it was a great conversation piece. I don't want to know. Please. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that just screams trouble. And that screams situationship.
Yeah. All right.
Bad idea. Um, we had one more, didn't we? Okay. New Orleans or no?
Oh, that was supposed to be one of the. But go ahead.
One of what? What am I saying? Oh, okay, okay. So it was when somebody said that they don't want anything serious.
Okay.
That's what it was. All right. So
Oh, Nicole has been infamous for putting me out. And
I thought we were gonna say,
no, no,
okay, I
we're
was like,
gonna,
am I?
no, no, go ahead, go ahead. So when someone says that they don't want anything serious, and that has happened to me, because so we took a trip to New Orleans, what, almost a year and a half ago,
Yeah.
ish. And what happened, Nicole?
This is my favorite story.
Yeah,
My favorite. Because so
Oh dear.
we had this dating podcast and I was like, you know what? We're out of town. A lot of people, like a lot of guys, they go out of town for work and they're always on a dating site. I'm sure I'll get a good story out of it. So I told her, I was like, let's sign up on a dating app while we're out of town and maybe meet somebody.
And she signed up. I did not.
I signed up.
I did not.
So I took one for the team. So we're at a bar
Oh, geez.
and so I'm texting this guy and I didn't know. I guess he's like right around the corner and he's like, "Hey, where you at?"
Meanwhile,
She had
I didn't
no
know
clue. I'm
setting up herself for a date.
but I had no clue it was going to be a date right then and there. So, we're at a bar, we're drinking, and then I was like, "Oh, I'm at this bar." And the guy's like, "Well,"
Pause. Great music, by the way. There was a live band.
yes.
They were
I
doing.
wish I remember their name.
It was Troy, LA. Shout
Oh,
out
good
to you. We still
job.
follow you. I still follow you. Love you guys. Live music. And then the girl that was behind him was on American Idol from a long time ago. She was one of the finalists. I don't remember her name, but she was great, by the way. Music was great.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Drinks were great. Music was
It was
great.
New
It
Orleans.
was a vibe.
Like, you can't beat New Orleans.
So,
I'm trying to not hear the story. Go ahead.
So, I think you went to the bathroom,
Mm-hmm.
and then she comes out, and I was like, "There's a guy and a friend coming," and she's like, "What?" And then I was like, "Oh,
Mind
he's
you-
here." Because he texted me, he's like, "Where are you?" I'm by the bar. That's
Yep.
what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "And he's coming right now." So she had no time to process the situation.
Mm-hmm.
So him and his friend come.
And I didn't know he was bringing a friend.
You didn't know nothing.
I didn't know SHIT.
So, me and the guy were talking, but really,
And I'm
There was-
wingman.
there was like no connection, I guess.
Yeah, I'm wingman.
And yeah, she's
and I got
wingman.
mad because I was like, Nicole,
She
listen.
was. I got the dirtiest look.
I was like, Nicole, you gotta tell me when I gotta be wingman. Like, I'm not ready. I'm not on to be wingman. I'm gonna enjoy this music. And so
what happened was me and the friend became the wingman.
yeah, so somewhere in between us, like, just me trying to be friendly or whatever, nice. It was like, oh, we have a connection. Like, this is a cool person. And then it flipped. It was like, oh, I like this, and we're connecting or whatever.
Yeah. The funniest part is that, so me and the guy was like, "Well, I'm going to this rooftop bar," and I was like, "All right, cool." And he's like,
You're a
"Yeah,
guy, yeah.
yeah." And he's like, "Oh, I'll see you later." I'm like, "All right." And then
I got an invite to the roof bar guy.
They go off.
Yeah, he was
and
like,
we already said our goodbyes. Now it's like that awkward, like, oh, okay.
yeah, he was like, well, we headed to the rooftop bar. Where you go? Let's go. And I was like, okay, cool. So they're ready to leave, and we're like, we just getting started. So we have an amazing time in New Orleans. We just chill. Because, I mean, the city is really live. Like, it really is live. And when you have somebody that can show you around and, like, tell you the drinks to get, it was fun.
Yeah. Now I can see why, like, people meet people, like, people get on, like, dating apps or stuff like that, because we wouldn't know half of the
like
places.
a tour guide, I guess.
Yeah.
Ish. But, so when we got back, kind of like an inconsistent type of vibe, which was cool with me because I don't care, like, whatever. And then I got, hey, I'm coming to your town, and I don't know, like, I used to be, I cannot say I am this way anymore, but I used to be really, really, like, guarded. So I don't know why I let my guard down, but I thought he was cool.
Yeah, and she let her guard down like it was first date. And I was so proud of her because I know her. She doesn't hold hands.
No PDA.
Nothing.
And
And,
Nicole, to this day, she's like, girl.
Yeah. I was really proud of her. So I knew I had to play wingman. I'm like, she never acts like this.
Never.
So,
but yeah, he came here, and then I have feelings, which was it was so weird for me, but I actually have feelings. And when he went away, I was like, so what are we? He's like, nothing. Which was, like, really
heartbreaking.
Yeah, it was weird because I had never really been in that position. I don't know if ever, but, like, but yeah, so, but that was, like, the first time that someone actually was like, I don't want anything, which was good to know.
Oh, I read something, and this kind of, like, goes with that. It's like, what happens if you meet the right person at the wrong time? Because I kind of feel like that's what it was. Like, I feel like he really liked you.
She still wants us to be together. Girl, he said no.
I'm still rooting for you guys.
Tyra Banks. He said no. I mean, he did say, he's like, well, I'm afraid or whatever. And it was kind of weird because it's like, you're saying the same thing that I would say. Like, I'm the commitment phobe, So it was like I met my match. Yeah, I met my match. But ever since then, I have feelings, and I'm like, oh, thank you for waking up my feelings. But
I mean,
yeah,
I feel like he really liked you, and
girl,
he wanted.
stop.
You don't like buy a plane ticket, and the thing was,
Oh,
he missed
God.
his flight, so he bought 2 plane tickets.
Yeah. Anyways, so when someone tells you they don't want you, you don't let them tell you twice. But that was really a situation where he really said, "I don't want anything." And how was the topic? It was something like
It was like number 6 and 7.
they don't want you.
They don't want something serious.
Yeah, they don't want anything serious, which is
They show you that they don't want to get serious.
yeah.
They tell you that they don't want to get serious.
See, they show you and they tell you. So that's what happened. But we always talk about that because that was the first time she ever saw me with feelings. She's like, "Girl," I'm like,
you were me for one day.
I know, like hopeless romantic. Yeah, well,
but so
Nicole, it's not gonna happen. Okay.
No, but
She's like,
but what happens? Like,
oh God.
The question I asked, like, what happens if you meet the right person at the wrong time?
If I meet the right person at the wrong time, then they're the wrong person.
Okay.
Period. Right. City girls. That's
so
it.
They weren't the right person.
Exactly.
All right.
What you said this last week, your soulmate won't walk away.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Oh, you can't quote me to me. All right.
But yeah, and yeah, what happens with me a lot is they always come around, which that's not being cocky, but they always come back.
Be cocky, girl.
I'm trying. All right, hold on. I always come back. I'm just kidding. But that's happened so many times where they're like, "Listen, you were so good, so good to me, and I miss you."
Sorry, isn't that the greatest feeling though?
I know.
It
is
really.
A little bit. Like, yeah. You thought you were gonna top me, but you couldn't. So, but no. They really do come back around, and I think the best thing is I'm not there anymore, and so it's like, yeah, missed out. So, but everything happens for a reason, and
that's
so
true.
I wouldn't have been good for you. You wouldn't have been good for me, and that's life. Like,
a long distance relationship is a situationship.
Yeah, I can't do it because I don't have enough trust.
Unless you work out an agreement.
I mean, it's not
and
a
you guys have a friend.
What do you mean?
Like
a friend that's gonna no, I don't share. I do not share. We buy separate bottles just because I don't like sharing my bottle. I'm just kidding. No. Long distance relationships require a lot of work and communication. People do it all the time. Salute to y'all. I think if I had the right person, of course I can do long distance, but that is hard. That's not an easy, because again, you miss each other, and so I won't call it a situationship unless it's like the inconsistent thing and you guys aren't really planning. But yeah, I don't know if I can do it at this point. I need to touch. It's been a long time. All right.
Yeah, I have so many walls up now. You add long distance? No, it's definitely not going to work out. But that's it.
That's it. That's all we got.
That's all we got. I can't even cheers.
You finish your drink. Well, that's what's up. I'm gonna finish mine real soon.
Cheers you though.
There you go.
So thank you for watching Makeup, Breakups, and Martinis. Please hit the subscribe button to stay updated to our next episode. And if you like it, please hit the thumbs up. If you have
any topics that you want to discuss,
suggestions, please comment. Follow us on IG at Makeup, Breakups, and Martinis. And cheers, guys!
Cheers! Yes! Oh,